Tonight, from Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's the AFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage.
Stream elements bot running emoji robot face.
Between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. With the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And, of course, it's been mentioned all week in the run-up to the game, but guess what? We're going to say it again. Normally the number 2 seed, they get to sit at home and watch this game because they would have gotten an open week, a bye week, and gotten ready to play in the next one. But now they have to play the number 7 seed, and we know that's a dangerous game. Are they good enough to win it? Should they win it? Of course. But we also understand they're going to need a big performance from their quarterback in order to advance.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Allen, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
And, of course, this is his first start in the playoffs in his young career here in year 3. A little bit of an up-and-down start to his NFL career, but it all came together this season, and he rallied his team to the playoffs. And here's a great opportunity to go out and win not just one game, but a lot of games. No guarantees that you get back to the playoffs again in the future. He wants to take advantage of it right now.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jerry Hughes able to get him for a loss of about 3. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the early lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he returns this to the 22. And now back out comes the offense. And, of course, you know, you wondered who would be that team this year to get the number 2 seed because, remember, as we all know in the past, they'd be home on the couch right now getting ready for the divisional round.
That is an excellent point. Instead now, they're playing for their playoff lives. And they can't worry about the idea that, well, in the past, we wouldn't be playing this weekend. The bottom line is, as the number 2 seed, you do have to play. The good thing, you have the home field advantage. They need to go ahead and play to that level.
And you just know that before the season, they were like everybody else thinking, oh, 7 playoff teams, yeah, add an extra one. That sounds great. And then you find out, oh, wait, we're the number 2 seed that has a disadvantage. Not as happy right now. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he rifles one incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
From midfield, here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And that's caught by Beasley. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Here's Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on? And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he struggles to get a yard here. Maybe a yard. Down to the 31. On 3rd down, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. interception. Mayfield feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And Oliver able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Mayfield. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen off the play fake. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Play action. Now it's Allen. Rolling to his right. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, it's Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 19.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your...
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 29 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else.
And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in it. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry as the first half is winding down, and the Browns are pouring it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Roberts now on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
57, Mike, 57.
On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Singletary to get the drive started. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now this offense ready. This offense in search of points in a big way here. Above 3 minutes to go. That's all that's left in the 4th quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Allen to throw once more. Forced out, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build-up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech will have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more, no matter when your season is.